Hi there, friends. It's Miss Crystal, and today we will be drawing some new Letterland friends. We are going to be drawing Impy Ink and his ink pen today. That's right, letter I, lowercase and uppercase. We are also going to be drawing Jumping Jim today. Letter J, lowercase j and uppercase J, where Jumping Jim jumps so high his head goes in the clouds. Are you ready to draw with me? Perfect. Now let's get our pinching fingers ready. Pinch, 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 pinch. We'll start off first with uppercase I, or Impy Ink's ink pen. So let's grab our pen or pencil. We're going to start at the very top and make a big line down. Just like that. Now we're going to go back up to the top, make a very short line across the top and a very short line across the bottom. There's letter I. Now we've got to darken it up so we can make sure we see our ink pen when we draw it. There we go. Now we are ready to draw our ink pen. This one is pretty easy. We're just going to make a very long rectangle going right down the length of our eye. Just like that. And leave a little bit of space down at the bottom. Now let's give our rectangle its shape. A rectangle has two long sides and two short sides. There we go. Now we can write the bottom part of the pen, the part that writes, that gets the ink. And this is just going to be a little line down, kind of like that, and make something like a triangle shape, just like this at the bottom. And that full shape there is actually called a pentagon. It's got 5 sides and 5 corners. There we go. We've got our pentagon shape. And now you're ready to give your ink pen some color. Now, Impy Ink's ink pen is full of rainbow colors, lots of different inky colors. So you can choose whatever colors you want. I'm going to pick a pink because I see pink in there, some yellow, and orange. Let's color. There's our ink pen all colored in. Now yours might be a different color than mine, and that's okay. I've also gone ahead and added our little handle of our ink pen, and there it is, uppercase letter I and Impy Ink's ink pen. Now we're ready for Impy Ink, lowercase I. So let's get our pen or pencil. Lowercase I starts with a short line, a straight line down, just like this. And we're going to come right above our line and make a dot. Just like that, or a circle. Now let's darken it up. Nice. There is lowercase I. Now it's time for us to draw Impy Ink. Impy Ink is an ink jar. So we'll start off with a rectangle right at the top of our lowercase I, because we've got to make Impy Ink's lid. We don't want his ink to spill out. Now we're going to make kind of like a square shape or a rectangle shape. Yours might look a little different than mine. So here I'm making a square. Squares have 4 sides and 4 corners that are all the same size. So I'm just going to draw a little line here to connect the lid and Impy Ink's jar. And there we have it. Now we've got to make Impy Ink's face. Impy Ink has 2 circle eyes. There we go. We can draw his eyeball or his pupil in there. Some eyebrows, because we see Impy Ink has eyebrows. We can give Impy Ink a nose, kind of right on top of our eye line. And we can give Impy Ink a smile. Impy Ink is smiling. There we go. Lots of curves. Now, the last thing we need to do is add some arms for Impy Ink. Impy Ink's waving his arms in the sky. So let's give him some arms. And some fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers there. Hello, Impy Ink. Looks like he is ready for some color. Now, Impy Ink is full of rainbow colors, so I am going to take back out my pink, orange, I see yellow, I can add some green this time. You can even add a little bit of purple or red or blue. It's up to you. You can add however many colors you want because Impy Ink is full of all the colors of the rainbow. I'll also use a little bit of black to color in his eyes and his eyebrows. Let's do it. And there is Impy Ink, all cute and colored in. I decided to add a few more colors of the rainbow, like purple and blue, because purple's my favorite color. You can add as many colors as you like. Isn't he so cute? Hi, Impy Ink. Now it's time for us to draw Jumping Jim, or the letter J. Here we can see Jumping Jim jump so high, his head is in the clouds. So let's start with J. Uppercase J starts at the top. Like most uppercase letters, it's just a big line down. Big line down and curve very slowly at the bottom. Just a little curve like that. Now let's give uppercase J a hat for Jumping Jim. Got to jump right across it so we can make a little line across. There's uppercase J. Let's darken it up. All right, we are ready now to make Jumping Jim's body. First, let's start with Jumping Jim's coat. Jumping Jim's wearing a jacket. So we can make a rectangle shape for his body, his chest, and his stomach, just like that. Now, Jumping Jim also has arms, so let's give him some arms. And I think I'm gonna make Jumping Jim put his hands in his pocket. There we go. Now we're just doing the very best we can, right? Jumping Jim has his hands in his jacket pocket. All right, let's go ahead and make Jumping Jim's shoe. Down here at the bottom, he's got two shoes, two oval-looking shapes sticking out there. And let's go ahead and cover Jumping Jim's head with that cloud. There we go. Two nice fluffy clouds. Now I can make Jumping Jim's neck connect his head. And there we have it. Jumping Jim jumps so high his head hides behind the clouds. Time for us to give Jumping Jim some color. I've got red and yellow here. Let's color. All colored in. There goes Jumping Jim, jumping into the clouds. Last, we're going to make lowercase j, Jumping Jim juggling balls. So we've got to start with lowercase j is a big line down, close to the bottom of our paper, and a curve. Just like that. And just like Impy Ink, lowercase j has a dot or a circle right above it. There we are. There is lowercase j Jumping Jim. Let's darken it up. Perfect. Now it's time for us to get ready to draw Jumping Jim. It might be a little tricky, so you can tell yourself, I got this. I can do it. Ready? Let's do it. Jumping Jim has his head. So let's go ahead and draw Jumping Jim's oval or circle-shaped head. Jumping Jim also has some hair on top of his head. We can give him some hair just like that. Now let's make his eyes. 2 eyes for Jumping Jim. He's got a nose on his face and he's smiling, so we can give him a smile. He's also got ears, so let's not forget to give him 2 ears on his face. Perfect. Now let's draw Jumping Jim's jacket. We can make a rectangle shape, just like last time. 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Perfect. Time to make Jumping Jim's arms. One of Jumping Jim's arms is juggling. So let's make a rectangle shape almost. And you can bring his arm up into the air just like that. Now we'll make his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. Perfect. Let's make Jumping Jim's other arm. Here we go. And his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. Let's draw his neck. Great. Now we're ready to draw his balls up in the air. And I can see Jumping Jim has 1, 2, 3 balls. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Now he's juggling. All right, let's give Jumping Jim his shoes right at the bottom of our J. Kind of like an oval shape there. Perfect. We did it. Now we're ready to give him some color. I've got red, yellow, and brown for his skin. Let's do it. There's Jumping Jim juggling. He's all colored in. Now yours doesn't have to look like mine. As long as you did your very best, then I am so proud of you. Way to go, you!